Welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a truly unexpected, highly effective looks-maxing secret. We're going to break down some fascinating source material that promises to upgrade your appearance, your scent, and your entire grooming routine, all completely on a budget. We're looking at 5 specific hacks for men, and they all center around a single, incredibly common product you probably already have sitting right there in your bathroom. All right, let's dive right into this. You know, the source material hits the nail on the head when it says, most people think that Vaseline is just for your grandma's dry feet, right? That old, unglamorous perception of petroleum jelly is exactly what we are challenging today. It turns out this basic household item is actually touted as a secret weapon to instantly boost your attractiveness. We're shifting our whole perspective here, from seeing this as just a basic skin healer to viewing it as a highly versatile, incredibly powerful grooming tool.
So, that brings us to the ultimate question driving today's Explainer. Can a super cheap household staple actually replace an entire, really expensive grooming routine? Just think about how much money goes into buying all those specialized gels, balms, pomades, and creams. I mean, it adds up so fast. The source creator makes a pretty bold promise here. If you follow these hacks, you simply won't have to waste your money on any other fancy products. So we're going to look at exactly how one simple jar aims to do the heavy lifting of a luxury grooming kit.
Okay, let's look at hack number 1, the all-day fragrance.
Look, we've all been there. You buy an expensive cologne and it completely fades away after, 3 hours? Well, the source gives us a really fascinating workaround. Here's what you do. First, grab a liter of hot water and literally melt an entire jar of Vaseline into it. Once you carefully take it out and let it cool just slightly, you're going to spray your absolute favorite perfume straight into that melted liquid. And keep in mind, the more you spray, the stronger the final scent is going to be. Finally, just pop the jar in the fridge for about 3 hours so it can completely solidify.
So once it's solid, boom, you have a seriously potent solid cologne. But where you put it is absolutely crucial. You want to dab this fragrance onto your ideal pulse points. We're talking the neck, the wrist, and the collarbone. Hitting those specific warm areas literally locks the scent in. It keeps you smelling amazing all day long, completely bypassing that dreaded 3-hour fade.
Moving right along to hack number 2, detailing eyebrows.
You know, eyebrows really do frame your entire face, and ignoring them is a massive missed opportunity in any grooming routine. The source creator actually argues that thicker eyebrows make a facial structure look much more masculine, while thinner brows result in a weaker, more feminine appearance. Now, wherever you personally stand on that specific aesthetic viewpoint, the core takeaway from the source is just that achieving a well-groomed, thicker brow is a primary looks-maxing strategy.
So how exactly do you pull that off without dropping cash on specialized cosmetics? It's honestly incredibly straightforward. You just take a little bit of Vaseline, rub it between your fingers, and apply it directly to your eyebrows. Just make sure to follow the natural direction of the hair growth. This method acts as a perfect, cheap substitute for daily brow gel. It instantly gives the brows a naturally thick, well-groomed look and keeps the hairs precisely in place all day.
Next up, we have hack number 3, upgrading your hair.
If you are one of those guys constantly struggling with frizzy hair that just absolutely refuses to stay in place, don't immediately reach for those heavy, sticky styling products or super expensive pomades. Just rub a tiny bit of Vaseline on your hands and apply it to your hair. It instantly tames that frizz and yields this really nice, shiny, smooth finish without leaving you looking greasy at all. It's an awesome budget-friendly fix for everyday styling.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is moderation. The source material actually delivers this really vivid, kind of funny warning. They say, don't overdo it or you'll look like you haven't showered in 10 days. And yeah, because petroleum jelly is so remarkably thick and effective at sealing in moisture, applying way too much will quickly take you from smooth and shiny to looking completely unwashed. Literally, a tiny bit goes a very long way.
All right, on to hack number 4, the DIY lip scrub.
If you're dealing with dry, cracked lips, guys, this is hands down the easiest method to heal them. It requires exactly 3 things: your toothbrush, coconut oil, and Vaseline. First up, just brush your teeth like you normally do. Next, dip your toothbrush into some coconut oil and gently rub it over your lips. This exfoliates the dead skin and really boosts the blood circulation. Finally, just apply a little bit of Vaseline right over the top to lock all that incredible hydration in.
And finally, hack number 5, banishing dark circles.
So the creator of this routine actually developed prominent dark circles under their eyes from studying late into the night for good grades. But lacking the funds for those crazy expensive eye creams, they used this super simple timeline. After a late night of studying, simply apply a layer of Vaseline directly under your eyes right before you go to sleep.
It acts as this insanely powerful moisturizer that heals that super sensitive skin while you are fast asleep. Then, in the morning, wash your face, follow it up with some quick face icing, and you'll immediately see the difference.
Which brings us to our final section, the ultimate grooming replacement.
And this brilliantly illustrates the entire thesis of the source material. We've just gone through 5 distinct, highly effective aesthetic upgrades, and they all stem from one simple, affordable product. Just look at the contrast here for your wallet. Want a long-lasting scent? Swap out that expensive cologne for a Vaseline and perfume mix. For thicker brows, drop the fancy brow gel for a simple dab of Vaseline. To tame frizz, forget the pricey pomade and use a tiny bit of jelly. Heal your lips with coconut oil and Vaseline instead of dedicated balms. And for those dark circles, skip the high-end eye cream for Vaseline and face icing overnight. Instead of buying an entire cabinet full of costly products, you're literally utilizing a single, highly versatile jar for the whole shebang.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Will you ditch expensive grooming products for a simple jar of petroleum jelly? Look, the grooming industry spends billions marketing specialized solutions to us every year. But as we've seen in today's explainer, sometimes the most budget-friendly, common household staples hold the most incredible potential. I highly challenge you to rethink your daily routine, try out a few of these hacks, and just see the results for yourself. Thanks for tuning in with me today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.